Told you so. I told you. I told y'all so much. I don't even know how many other ways it is, how many times or how many different types of ways I can tell you that I told you so. Okay. Um, Everything that I've said over the years has come to pass. Sorry about that. I want to make sure that the audio was working. Everything that I talked about has come to pass. And yet again, things are escalating and getting worse, and nobody wants to have an honest conversation about it. Yeah, you'll have your political pundits who are, your conservative political pundits are saying what they need to say, but very few of them are actually understanding the severity of the situation. It's legitimately scary right now. And I've been staying quiet for a reason. I've been focusing on my work and my home life and trying to, do things with my life and not sit here and spend a whole bunch of time worrying about politics all the time. My issue is that Democrats have escalated from just rhetoric and the occasional violence to now that's just widespread psychosis and terrorism. They are firebombing Tesla dealerships because they hate Elon Musk and Donald Trump. They are attacking random cars on the street. They have no clue what people's political affiliations are. They're just assuming Tesla equals Nazi. Like, okay, good job, team. You're really hammering in the point. This really makes sense. What people don't understand is just how bad the situation actually is behind the scenes. If you go on to any heavy Democrat social media sites, you will see what they're talking about. I don't do Blue Sky, but you can look at that. I recently rejoined Reddit just to see what they have going on. When I say they're freaking out, that's kind of an understatement. They think that this is the literally, figuratively, think that this is the second coming of Hitler. They think that Trump is a neo-fascist, neo-Nazi type of person, that they think he's going to be this new Führer or something. I honestly don't know how they get this idea. It doesn't make any sense. Trump is old, and frankly, he's going to pass on soon. Let's just be real. He might die in office. Okay. And they think that this man is going to take over America and do this horrible revolution thing. What I've been trying to say and convey to people for the last, I don't know, are we at 10 years now? It's hard to say. I've lost track. 2014, 2015, I think. I've been trying to convey for damn near a decade that Democrats and the left keep pushing the right so hard that they are creating the situations that they claim are happening. For 10 years, they've been saying that Trump is worse than Hitler, and nothing's happened. None of the things they claim Trump were going to do has come to fruition. Not a single one. And now we're getting to the point where they're just espousing their political violence openly in public, on TV, on news channels, on Comedy Central. It's just completely normal now for Democrats and the left to just, they're blowing up Tesla dealerships. That's funny. In the 90s, we called that eco-terrorism. Well, in the flip side, they're blowing up like Hummer dealerships and stuff. Now they're attacking Tesla dealerships. Mm-hmm. Now, let's make it make sense for a second. A Tesla dealership. These are electric vehicles. Electric vehicles. So the whole left wing narrative is that, we need to uh, do better for the environment, you know, reduce carbon emissions. Cool. So, what do you think an electronic vehicle is supposed to do? Now, me and you, we're smart. We've done the research, we've seen some of the studies and all that stuff. It doesn't really affect that. And in fact, it might be a little bit more costly in human lives and human suffering, having to do the lithium mining in Africa and whatnot. Yeah, so we understand the impact. My point is, what used to be the left has now gotten so convoluted and insane. It's gone so far off the deep end, so far left now, that they've looped to the point where it's like off the chart. You usually used to think that, if you look at the political compass, that, at a certain point, if you go too far on one side or the other, you kind of loop around. That's not really true. Now we're so far off the chart for Democrats, for leftists. It's just pure insanity. It's not even politics anymore. It's just, we are right and you are wrong. Anything you say, we're going to do something different. We're going to do the opposite. We're going to fight against you no matter what it is. You had a guy who was a liberal Democrat type of guy, Elon Musk, who was trying to do the right thing and use his wealth and influence to do something right for what everyone was saying was part of the world, part of the economy, the environment. And now they're against him. It doesn't make any sense. None of this makes sense. When you sit here and try to have a conversation with a Democrat, just you're wasting your time. They're in a cult. Nothing you tell them, no information you show them is going to convince them to leave the cult and to come back to reality. We are in two completely separate, deviated realities. Completely separate realities. There's no question. Completely different realities. What happens next? Well, since the Democrats are in open rebellion right now, they are doing the coup that they're claiming Trump is doing. The violence is just going to escalate. It's going to get to a point where Trump is going to be forced to have to take action. He's going to have to invoke the Insurrection Act. He's going to have to get, feds involved, nationalize the National Guard or federalize National Guard, in certain areas. It's going to get ugly. There's no, you can't avoid it. They're in open rebellion. And what I mean by that is not technically not literally open rebellion where they're taking guns and they're saying we no longer are part of America, that sort of thing. No, what they're doing, especially in the government where all the liberals and stuff have kind of seeded themselves over the years, they are what's the word? They are passively fighting against Trump. Whatever government office they're at, whatever department, whatever agency, whatever they're working on, when these directives comes down from Trump, this is the direction we're going in, they just ignore it. They continue doing what they were doing. Now they're getting fired, and now all of a sudden it's this big, huge controversy. It's like, well, for the entirety of my life, as far back as I can remember, Republicans were saying that we need to shrink the size of government. Now we're finally shrinking the size of government, and people are like ecstatic. Like, finally, this is what we've been asking for 30 years. But the Democrats like, wait, no, stop. That's not what we actually meant. The progressive side. We meant, just the waste, the other waste, not us. What we do, everything we do, that's fine. Everything we do is this isn't wasteful at all. This is this is helping people. You're helping people, right? Okay. Doge is the greatest thing that has happened to the United States of America in probably 100 years, potentially longer than that. The things it's revealing is more important to the American people than the stupid JFK files and the Epstein client list files and all this stuff. We're never going to get real answers on that. But what Doge is doing is revealing the generations worth of corruption that's been happening, and they can't stand that. Oh my god, they hate it. It's the worst thing ever. And then you're attacking their money, not just their jobs, right? You're attacking the money with a USAID. Fantastic. Fantastic. This is exactly what I voted for. Now, what I didn't vote for is all this weird, let's Trump is trying to bomb the Houthis, Tooties. I don't know what the fuck they're called. That's really annoying. That's not what I voted for. We voted for America first. We were tired of all of our tax dollars going across, you know, to whatever countries all over the world. We're tired of that. We said, hey, all right, it's time to start spending our money here at home, and let's just do that. But instead, now here we go again. We're trying to get involved something in the Middle East. Why? Why are we doing this? No, no, thank you. I want no parts. So, circling back again to what I started with, where does it go from here? It's going to get more violent, unfortunately. Okay, from the left, they're going to push it to such an extreme degree. They may not. They've kind of calmed down on the riots right now, and they're kind of doing these more focused domestic terror attacks. But I feel like it's going to get to a point is they're gonna assassinate somebody big, somebody on the conservative side. They're gonna hit some of the mouthpieces, the talkers, um, some big name. They're gonna get a couple politicians or something like that, and it's all hell's gonna break loose. Trump is going to have to shut it down. I mean, the word that everyone keeps saying is mandate. He has the mandate. He had the popular vote. And the electoral college vote. So he needs to do what he promised to do. It's to restore balance and order in this country. So leftists have this saying something to the effect of when people face justice and they see it as oppression, because they're the abusers or something like that. I'm butchering it. When they're the tyrants or whatever. The reality is the Democrats are everything. It's just fascinating to me. Everything the Democrats are claiming Republicans are doing or have done or going to do, it's always been the Democrats the entire time. The entire time it's been them. And, I stopped listening to a lot of this stuff after a while. There's just no point. At what point do we just say it's time to move on? Okay, you guys lost, for the next 4 years minimum. We don't care what you say. You're on your own. You just sit back and relax and enjoy the ride, because we're dismantling everything you built as much as we can for these next 4 years. You did it to us. You did it to the regular American people, the centrists. I was a centrist, and now I can't call myself that anymore. There is no center. You're either with this crazy, weird cult on the left, this neo-fascist, communist, non-theistic religion, or you're a regular person. Everyone else. So I would like to get back to a time when there's rationality, rational thought, logical thought. We have actual, real, good faith philosophical debates and arguments. But we're at the point right now. It's just we're locking and loading. We're stockpiling on ammunition. We're making sure we're getting the training. People are stockpiling on food and water and moving away from cities, and it's pre-Civil War activity right now. And make no mistake about it. I mean, we're kind of getting there. I don't know. I mean, what's going to happen is you're gonna like I said, it's ratcheting up. There's going to come a point in time when a major player, like a major mayor or a governor, is just outright in defiance of federal law, the Constitution, and then whatever Trump is trying to achieve with a policy change, and they're going to be in just open defiance of that. And Trump is going to have to make a decision. Are we going to arrest this governor for violating the Constitution and people's rights, not undermining the election results, all of that stuff? There's just all different ways you can do this. Seditious conspiracy, treason is kind of just outright aiding aiding the enemy and trying to completely subvert and destroy this country, usually through foreign means. High treason is very rare, but we're getting damn near close. So I'm going to wrap this up. Obviously, nobody's watching this live. I don't do this enough for the algorithm to hit it, but hopefully a couple of people see it on the rebroadcast. I hope that you all take these times seriously. Get yourself right with God, or whatever deity or spiritual practice you believe in. I hope for your sake you believe in an afterlife and that you're trying to do the best you can for yourself and your family. Get your finances in order. If you are able to get property in a fairly rural area, I highly suggest that, preferably near a fresh water source. Stockpile food, medicine, ammo. Get yourself some guns if you don't already. Whatever. Follow your local laws, and just prepare, because I'm telling you right now, this is not even close to over. It's just gonna get worse. It's gonna get worse. This stuff doesn't just get better magically. It doesn't matter what we do. We could literally give Democrats everything that they're asking for. Just, you know what? You have the entire government. There are no Republicans in power anymore. You can control everything. They will still not be happy because they want. It's more than power. I used to think they don't care about anything but power, but it's worse than that. I mean, there's a mental illness. They are literally mentally ill. And even if it's, like glaring evidence right in front of them, they're so deluded. And, many of them, some of them, I don't know, some of them, many of them are demonically possessed. Their brains just don't work. And this is where we're at. You have millions and millions and millions of people who truly believe that Donald Trump is this existential threat to America, when he is the first president in my lifetime that is actually trying to help people and is making positive changes for people, and they're losing their minds over it. So I can't really rationalize how their brains work on that side of the aisle. I can only tell you that the regular people that I talk to, former centrists, the 90s Democrat types, the new right, old school conservatives, even neocons. They're all just like, what the fuck? Everyone, everyone's like, what is happening? And I guess another shocking thing, just before I completely wrap up here, because I do have other things to do. Seeing my family members get wrapped up in the far left is really scary. They don't understand that these people are communists. They're like actual communists. They want to take everything that you have and that you work for and redistribute it to everyone who don't deserve any of it, haven't worked a day in their life, or just don't want to work. They don't want to contribute to society. They are parasitic. And my family members don't get it. They don't understand because they are well, some of them are just crop dusters. Somebody tells them something and they just believe it. They're like, oh my gosh, why would they? What's happening? If you just turn on the news for like 30 minutes, you would think it's the end of the world right now. That that Trump is taking over. And it's like, that's nothing they just said in the last 30 minutes was true. It was all lies. That's how bad it is right now. So again, I don't have any real advice. There is no solution to this other than people are going to fight it out, and it's going to be ugly. I mean, you could potentially see millions of Americans dead. I don't know how we avoid this. I really don't. I've been warning about this for, like I said, like a decade now, and it's only gotten worse. Everything I've said has come true, and it's just going to get worse. Going to get worse. So, I, trying not to be negative all the time, but the few times I come up here, it's usually like, I told you so. Oh, now they're doing new levels of terrorism and extremism, and we're just sitting here like, oh, everything's fine, everything's fine. It's like, yeah, because it took 10 years for it to get this bad. You're a frog boiling in the pot. You don't understand how insane it is right now. Owning a fucking brand of car can get you beaten and killed. They will set your car on fire. They'll try to bust out your windows. Do you not? I mean, it's levels of insanity I've never experienced in my life. And just, can you imagine being one of those people? You were one of these like kind of progressive leftists. Oh my gosh, I need to get an electronic vehicle because global climate change or whatever's the latest cultural leftist thing, and you get a Tesla. Let's just say you have an older one too. And then 10 years later, I don't know, let's just say 5, before Elon was like really undesirable by them. And then now, I mean, I saw a sticker on one of the cars down the road the other day. It was one of these Teslas, like one of the, I don't want to say lower model, but it was a Tesla sedan type of vehicle, and somebody had one of those stickers on it that said something like, I don't support Elon or Trump or something like that. It's like, this is ridiculous. Ridiculous times we live in. All I can say is good luck. Good luck out there, folks. So with that, I'm going to get on with my evening, start preparations for dinner, and have some downtime after a hard day's work. Good luck, and I hope to see you next time.